Hello. I'm starting off this video again with saying I'm fine, I'm okay. Let's get into what's happened since my last updates. We last left off with I went to the emergency room and urgent care and got all these medications for problems I may or may not have had. And then I was starting to have an allergic reaction to them with my hands and my feet itching. Like my whole body had spots, but it was mainly my hands and my feet. And I was just battling that, but otherwise things were status quo. Well, the last 2 or 3 nights when I had the itching, or days, it was unbearable. Now, I have a really high tolerance and threshold for pain and feeling discomfort. And I will even go to the doctor and say to them, oh, you don't have to give me the pain reliever. Just give me the medication that will make the problem go away. I don't need the relief. I just need to know that it's going to go away. And they look at me like I'm nuts and they're like, take the relief. You know, I don't take painkillers for headaches unless it's like debilitating. It drives my family nuts that I will continue to suffer while healing, but I don't know why. But this was becoming unbearable. It was surpassing my personal threshold. I was tearing apart my body, and I was asking my husband for forks and knives so that I could just rip my hands and feet to shreds. What was getting concerning was that by now this allergic reaction should have been subsiding, even if just, going down a couple notches as these medications were leaving my body. And they weren't. It was as intense as it ever was, and there was no relief ever. I did the over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream, did nothing. It was just nonstop, and it got so much worse, like after, if I were to wear my sneakers, like if I had to go out somewhere, and if my body got warm, it was like a hot itch, like it was indescribable. I wouldn't wish this on my enemy. So the night before last, it was like 1 a.m, and I was like panic attack rocking, and I said to my husband, I don't know what to do. Is this ever gonna go away? And going to like the ER in my mind wasn't an option. 1, money, but 2, I couldn't go back there and go through this again of just diagnosing and medicating. I was like, do I have to go to a dermatologist? Like, what am I gonna do? And when will I get an appointment? This is the holiday week. Like, I was freaking out, and I was trying to figure out how to resign myself to living like this forever. So then I said to my husband, do we have telehealth options on our insurance plan? And he's like, I don't know. Like, our insurance plan keeps every one of their, things that they offer very well hidden. So he went online, he got the laptop out, and he's looking, he's like, we get telehealth for free. I was like, let's start up an account, and I'm going to do a telehealth with a doctor about this. We lost our internet, like of all times to lose internet. It took a while. I had to start accounts. The first account didn't work. It took a while. And then I was able to get on the phone with a nurse, like a triage nurse, who took the generic name, weight, address, height. What are you allergic to? Why are you making this phone call? What do you need? And they said within an hour, a doctor will call you back for a telehealth. And a doctor did within like 5 minutes. He introduced himself, confirmed I was who I was. He's like, I can see why you're calling. I have the little printout, but can you tell me why you're calling? And I said, I'm having an allergic reaction to at least 3 medications. And he goes, well, let's start from the beginning of why you have these medications. So now at 2 in the morning, I'm pacing my kids' room because the whole house is just up in arms and they're not in their room sleeping right now. I'm pacing their room, going through from my Planned Parenthood women's physical from last Saturday, a week ago, until like Thursday in the middle of the night to Friday of what's happened. From all the urgent care visits and all of the ER visit and all of the medications and all of the various diagnosis and doctors going against each other. Went through it all. And then this doctor on telehealth goes, I am currently an ER doctor and I have been one for 20 years. And I have to say that what you have been through sounds like the most terrifying thing I have ever heard. And I can't believe that you went through all of this, speaking as a medical professional. He's like, I don't understand how any of these doctors could have been prescribing you these medications without any solid proof you had any of these ailments. He was like, I know that has nothing to do with what you're calling about, but I just want you to know this is horrifying to hear as a doctor, that this is what your body has been through based upon what you initially went in for this discomfort, ended you in an unnecessary ER visit with a staph infection that there was no visual proof or any test culture proof that you had. So I'm on the other line going, yeah, I know this has been pretty wild, but in the meantime, I want to hack off my hands and my feet. So then he goes, I don't think you're having an allergic reaction to the medication, any of them, whether they were taken individually, piled on top of each other. He was like, the itching alone wouldn't be enough. He's like, there's no swelling, there's no redness, there's no welts, there's no hives. You know, he's like, it just doesn't go in line with a straight medication allergy. So for like the pharmacist that we spoke to say that, he's like, no, probably not. So he goes, is there anything you have come in contact with during this time? Is there anything that's changed during this time? New laundry detergent, shampoos? Did you walk in your grass that was just sprayed with pesticides? And I'm like, no. He goes, okay, I'm going to treat this as an allergic reaction, be it to medication or to something you came in contact with. And he's like, I'm going to treat it at the level as if you're having a peanut allergy, like that high of intensity of medication. He goes, because I can hear how tortured you are and how this has completely exhausted your life right now on top of everything you've already been through medically. He goes, but if what I have prescribed for you doesn't work by the end of the duration of the pills, then we have to think outside the box of what's causing you to itch like this. So I said, I was just so grateful, that there was an option to remedy what I was going through, along with getting me some relief. In that minute, he shot over 2 prescriptions to the pharmacy, which of course was not going to be filled immediately because it was 2 in the morning. My husband took Friday off because when we were going to get the medication and I take it, one of them could knock me out. He's like, the doctor goes, within 20 minutes, you're going to be out, and you're going to be out a long time. And you can take this up to 3 times a day. He's like, so you need to be prepared to be unavailable, to be coherent. So my husband took the day off, which on a side note, he has to get approved for it to be a paid day off because it was the day before a holiday begins. Different video. And so the next day we got the medication. And that day was just as torturous as ever until the medication, I didn't take it until maybe 4 or 5 by the time we were able to get it. And my feet were the worst it had ever been. It's a type of thing where last night I had to eat my dinner. I wasn't hungry, but I knew I had to eat in order to take my medications. And I ate at the kitchen counter so I could take a bite and just pace the house and chew and like focus on the task. It was so bad. I was eating Twizzlers while walking the house just to like rip and tear the Twizzler as if I were going to rip and tear my foot. And then finally I was like, okay, I think I got to try soaking my feet. So my husband filled like 2 plastic bins with water and a ton of ice cubes, and I just solely like gave my feet a polar bath. It brought so much relief. And what was amazing was by then I already had taken 3 of the pills that would knock me out, and they did knock me out, but finally my body relaxed and I fell asleep while reading, and my feet were in the water. Like it just finally went, oh, okay. And I awoke at some point, and I took my feet out and dabbed them dry and went to bed for real. The itching came back, but it was not so bad where I couldn't lay down to sleep. And last night was the first time I slept longer than like an hour. And I was really getting worried because today was my friend's wedding. We're heading into Thanksgiving, and we just have a lot of family tradition things planned. My son's birthday is on the 29th, and I'm just thinking I need to feel better so I can be here for my family for all of these things and be there for my friend, you know? So I woke up this morning and I didn't feel any itching on my feet or my hands, and I was literally so nervous because I'm like, is it just because it's like the reliever, you know, masking the pain and the itching, or is it really going away? Only I could panic over something being better, but I was waiting for it to come back. So we went to the wedding today. I was like, I can't take the pills that will make me sleepy. I'll take it when I get home. But my hands have not itched all day. My feet didn't itch until I got into my shoes, but only in like sporadic areas and only randomly, like sometimes around my toes. Then I didn't itch at all. And then it would set in my heel. So I think there's improvement. We can only hope. I took all of my steroids and my anti-itchy pill when I got home. I'm sleepy, but I also went to the wedding all day. I didn't get any pictures of myself. It was just too much. But I think I'm on the mend. And here's what I think is actually causing the itching. So he kept saying, think outside the box. And on November 9th, I started a new foot spray because I wear my sneakers all the time because of my plantar fasciitis, whatever it's called. And I have orthotics in them. And those sneakers smell pretty rank because I'm in them for hours and hours and hours a day. And I'm always on the hunt for something to deodorize them. And I got charcoal shoe inserts during Prime Day, and they're not cutting it anymore. And I found a foot spray, and I'm going to put in a picture of what it is. And it worked wonders. I take my inner soles out, I sprayed it in, I sprayed the inner soles. My husband did it a couple times for me. And I think that's what was doing it. I think finally after November 9th until whatever Tuesday was, I was exposed so much and it absorbed into my body so much. I think that's what did it. If it's not the medications, if it can't be the medications doing it, then it has to be that. So I got rid of my inner soles, my orthotics, machine washed my sneakers. Gonna return the foot spray, or get rid of the foot spray, and buy new inner soles. And if it's not the medication, then it's got to be that. That's all I can come up with. So that's what's been going on. I got my yearly women's exam back, the results, and everything's fine. Nothing unusual. Negative for HPV. All clear. So that's good. But yeah. Hopefully, this closes the chapter on this medical brouhaha. Because I'm tired. This was an exhausting week. It's only been a week. And I'm done. Today would normally be menu planning Saturday, but it's going to become menu planning Sunday, and I'm going to do it tomorrow and hopefully do it in some nice sunlight. Yeah, but I just wanted to do this video instead and update you guys because I've gotten, again, a lot of "are you okays?" and I'm okay. I'm tired. My body's tired, but I'm okay. All right, I'm going to head to the living room and sit myself on the couch and figure out what to eat before I take my next doses of medications. Because I'm not super hungry. I'm full from the wedding, but also I haven't been very hungry this week with everything going on. My body just was like, nope, not interested, not interested. I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you later.